Hey everyone, so I'm back again with another video. This time around I have another entry in my original Xbox collection series. Like I've previously mentioned, each video is going to look at about 15 games in my collection, going in alphabetical order. So in this video I'm going to be looking at my games from the letters F to the letter J. Like I said, again, 15 video games per video, so I have a little bit of time to talk about each of them. But pretty much with sports games, I'm just going to skip them over. So to start out with, I have this game here, Far Cry Instincts. The reason why I have it and have held on to it is because it's an original Xbox exclusive, but I really couldn't recommend this when there are so many other newer Far Cry games to play. So it's not bad, it's just that there's a lot of other options in terms of Far Cry games, so haven't really gone back to that. The next game is FIFA Street 2, just soccer. Next game is a fighting game, but it's a licensed fighting game, and it's based off of the story of Fight Club. I don't remember this really, how it plays, but I'm almost certain it's just a sort of a side view fighting game, one-on-one, sort of like Street Fighter. But I really don't remember how this actually plays, if it was any good or not. But I saw it was Fight Club when I first saw it, and I had to grab it. Next game here is Fusion Frenzy. I have not actually played this game, but it was an original Xbox exclusive, so I had to grab that one as well. The next game here is called Gallion. It's a sort of action-adventure game, but again, hard to commit a lot of time to these older Xbox games, especially ones that require a lot of time put into them. If it's like a party game or something that you can play a level at a time, it's a lot easier to go back to them. The next game here is Grabby the Ghoulies, again another original Xbox exclusive. Pretty fun game, pretty funny as well, all the different interesting weapons that you can use to tackle the weird ghouls and stuff like that. Pretty fun. Doesn't look that great in my opinion anymore, but it's still nice enough. It doesn't look terrible. Next game here is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. This game is on a lot of different consoles, PS2 as well. It was also on 360, and I think it's also download available on PS3 and 360, and maybe even PS4 and Xbox One. Not too certain about that, but I know it's available on newer consoles because I do have the 360 version of this as well, the physical copy of it. But I don't know, San Andreas was never my favorite Grand Theft Auto. Next game here is Gun Valkyrie. Originally it was supposed to come out on the Dreamcast, but it didn't. It's one of those games that sort of just made its way to the original Xbox because Sega made a deal with Microsoft to release a whole bunch of games, including a whole bunch of sequels to different Dreamcast games that were supposed to come out, but then eventually just came out on the original Xbox instead. This one here is a third-person shooter. The character's pretty interesting, and the weapons are pretty nice, but the world overall just looks kind of bland, and there's not really much to explore because everything is sort of level-based, where you have a sort of path that you have to go through, and there really isn't much straying into like different paths or different directions. But it's still a pretty fun game. Next game here is just pretty stupid. It's the Guy game. For those of you that don't know what this is, it's pretty much a trivia quiz kind of game where you get to see video and images of naked or half-naked women. It is rated mature, so it's 17 plus. But it's just strange that something like this would have been made, and it was also released on the PS2, and I think I have that version as well, but like, I saw this, I had to grab it. Really, it's one of those, like, strange games. Next is Half-Life 2. Not the biggest Half-Life fan, but please don't hate me for that. I'm not saying that I don't like Half-Life. It's just I haven't really put that much time into it, and I haven't really sort of been drawn that far into the sort of Half-Life world to really be one of those people who's really looking for that third installment. But I mean, it's okay. It's a good game. I don't really know if it's held up well over the years, but oh well, we'll see when the third one, if the third one does come out. The next two games that I have here are both Halo 2, but one is the limited collector's edition in the Steelbook, and the other one is just the standard release. And a lot of you should know about Halo, so there's no point in even saying anything about that. The next game here, I haven't played this, but it looks like a sort of 3D beat 'em up kind of situation. It's Hunter the Reckoning. If I'm incorrect about that, please just let me know in the comment section below. The next game also, I actually found this brand new, but I went ahead and opened it because it just had the sticker still sealed on the side of it, but it didn't have any of the sort of plastic wrap around it. So I just went ahead and opened it up. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but it's this game called iNinja, and it looks like it's some kind of an action platformer, maybe, where you use different sort of ninja weapons to defeat your enemies and sort of get around. And there seems to be something in a giant ball as well in the back there, but can't really tell about that. If anybody out there has played this game, please let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are on this game here. Now the next game here, another Sega game on the original Xbox. It is an original Xbox exclusive. It's called Iron Phoenix. Now this one here, again, there are a lot of older games on the 6th gen consoles that just aren't games you want to go back to. There are a lot of like Nintendo games that are more cartoony that will perpetually look good for years to come. But there are a lot of games on the PS2 and the original Xbox that sort of suffer from just blah visuals that will not really look well years and years later. But this one here, it's a pretty interesting fighting game. You could play online with a whole bunch of other people, but without that online function, it pretty much loses its gimmick, and there really isn't much point to it. But it's an original Xbox exclusive published by Sega, so I had to add it to the collection. The last game I'm going to show you guys in this video is a Microsoft published game developed by BioWare. Is Jade Empire, and this is the limited edition version. I actually have not played this game yet, so I do not know how it plays, but the reason why I had initially got this was because it has a demo for Conquer Live and Reloaded, so I really wanted to get that. Then I found the standalone demo for Conquers as well, so I grabbed that, and then eventually I also found the game itself and grabbed that. But yeah, that was pretty much my reason for getting that in the first place. But yep, that is part 3, I believe, of my original Xbox collection series. As always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and website. They're all linked in the description below. And also linked in the description below is a link to my 500 subscribers contest. Check that out as well if you'd like. And that's it. See ya.